warp rifts in the area. The veil between the real space and the immaterium is fading. We have to stop this madness.
Just a little short playthrough for Inquisitor Martyr on the latest build. Playing an assassin Inquisitor, which is a melee character. Right now I'm dual wielding, and also this character has a two-handed sword build, which you could switch to in the game. But this is just to give you guys a little bit of a feel for what it looks like, kind of how it plays, and showing off the melee combat. Some of the other classes have ranged combat, which I have more fun with the melee. But it is some of the things in here, it's kind of hard to target certain stuff. But anyway, it's pretty fun. I'm having a lot of fun with this latest build. And what I like about it is that you get to see where some of these characters are, some of the mobs that you're fighting. Like right there was a Word Bearer Chaos Marine, which is from the old 30K. You know, they have that's an original founding legion right there, one of the 9 traitor legions. But all through this game, you see a lot of lore that you see by how things are designed, the character names, the mobs you're fighting, the things that you're doing. And I'm having a lot of fun with the latest build. Although I got away from it for a while because the last build that I was playing on was not optimized very good, but it was a early alpha, well, a late alpha build, and it was pretty hard to play. Plus it was on my older machine. It didn't like running it too much. But the latest build is pretty fun. There's a lot of stuff they've added to it that I need to play around with still. But the melee combat feels to me a lot smoother now than it was. It's not as herky-jerky, although I'm still kind of getting used to the controls, because the controls are a little bit hard to get used to, because you can use the arrow keys to move a character around, or use the mouse, which is basically you're telling it to attack in a certain area. Your character will move to that area. But as you can see, the assassin here is a rogue type of character. So right here, the number 2 is the leap. That is a stun, a AoE stun effect, and also there is an AoE slash effect that I use a lot, which is right mouse button that you see me using right now, and also going back to the leap stun, which is kind of reminiscent of a warrior from World of Warcraft. But I like the way it looks. It looks a lot smoother now. This isn't even on setting on. This is not even a high settings. This is on. No, actually, this is high settings. It's not ultra high. I knocked it down once because I was having some weird recording artifacts with OBS Studio, so I knocked it back a little bit and seemed to smooth it out a little bit. I think that just has to do with it not being optimized a little bit. But the gameplay is pretty fun. This mission I'm running right here is a little bit lower level than what my character power is, but not by much. It's because the mission I ran prior to this, I got some pretty good gear and kind of kicked the power up a little bit. But it's still pretty fun. If you obviously, some of the stuff I don't like is this angle of view. I still want to be able to see a little bit farther down some of these corridors, these halls, but it's not that much of a deal breaker. Some of the maps where you're actually outside, you can see a lot better. So what I do like is you don't have to pick everything up except for those supply chests, the green one, and the medical supplies, which is the red one. You actually have to pick that stuff up. All the other loot drops you automatically are collected by you, so you don't have to worry about missing something, be it the credits or weapons or armor, whatever dropped. It's automatically picked up by default, so I like that a lot because you gotta mess around with it. Speaking of a Word Bearer Chaos Space Marine right there. This is a champion, which I think the lowest level ones I ran into, the actual Space Marines, are champion level. They go down fairly easily. There's a few missions I ran into, some that are really tough. So, you know, lore wise, I'm not too sure how an Inquisitor would actually stand up to a Space Marine, much less a Chaos Space Marine. But in this game, some of them I ran into are pretty hard to take down, especially ones that have a void shield on them. But these other mobs here, they're pretty easy to take down. Like we have this warp gate right here that if you leave the warp gate up, you can kind of just farm mobs off of that. They'll keep spawning them and spawning them and spawning them. You can just farm them if you really want to. I really see no benefit in that. It's kind of slow for credit gain, and you're really not gonna gain a lot off it from what I can see. These turrets right here that spawn, you'll notice there's some skulls on the bottom right of the corner right there. You earlier we just saw a laser going across them. It's just like it's just a trap. There's no way to avoid it. You're gonna trip it unless you come around the room in the opposite direction and de-arm them. Here we go with a chest. Like I said, you open it. You don't have to pick nothing up. You don't even have to walk through it. It's automatically picked up. I like that because I don't like trying to chase down loot and forgetting something or whatnot. The mini map, I wish I could make it where you can see more of the mini map, but it's not that much of a deal breaker. And I like what the current mission tracker tells you exactly what's going on. There's no guessing on there. You'll see at the end of this, like right here, I actually completed the main mission, and it's asking me if I want to leave. But if you see on the events, I actually have two more. I have one more shrine to activate, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna kill the rest of these mobs. And you know, I kind of got in a big pile of furball right here. You can see my health drop down kind of low. My suppression bar, which is, if you look in the lower left-hand corner, the suppression bar is that one with the what looks like the bars. It's yellow right now and red. You'll see it when I get out of combat that it'll start getting back into the green. That just slows you down and makes your character a little less combat effective. But it's really not that big of a deal. Actually got a drop on the last mission where I actually have my own personal little void shield generator, which is if you can see on the action bar, it's actually number 3, and I have 6 charges of it. When you pick up supplies, you pick up charges of either, you know, for whatever it is, void shields, grenades. There's a couple other things on there that this character's not, you know, doesn't have, where I haven't picked up yet. The number 4 key is like it's a special, and I don't even use it in this mission. I keep forgetting about it. It's basically you spawn 2 what are I guess clones or holograms that actually fight for you, and then there are the 2 other abilities which are bound to the left mouse and right mouse buttons. And it's pretty easy, pretty fluid. The fighting style is not too bad. I'm having a lot of fun with this, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep playing this and maybe get a few more videos out there, because I know some of you guys out there are Warhammer fans. I know I am, and I have a lot of fun with these games, and this one seems to be going along a lot better than what Space Hulk was, because that in the beginning seemed like it'd be fun, and it just got really boring and repetitive, and so far this game is not like that. So there you go, Inquisitor Martyr. This is the latest build, and this is the Assassin.